Aloha friends, and welcome to my channel, Tasty Healthy. Today we are going to make a super easy recipe. It is a cranberry slushie. Super easy and super nutritious. And we are going to start with one prickly pear. If you don't have a prickly pear, you could use a regular pear. You could also use a watermelon, dragon fruit, or a guava. So it's probably about half a cup, I'd say. Go ahead and peel off the outer layer of the prickly pear. Dragon fruit is the same way. Guavas, you just blend. So yeah, just go ahead and cut off that outer skin of the prickly pear. And then I usually try to cut things down a little bit for the blender, so I'm just going to cut it in half. Put that in the blender. And prickly pear is super good for your liver. So super good. If you have access to a prickly pear, definitely would recommend using a prickly pear. I'll look around and see if I can find a link for ordering it online. And then you want to add about a cup of water. Go ahead and blend that up. And then we're going to take the lid off. And we're going to go ahead and strain it into a bowl. The first time or two that I made this, I totally forgot to do the prickly pear first. You want to do the prickly pear first because it has lots of little seeds inside, just like the guava. And let me tell you, it's super fun. Super fun having a smoothie with all those little seeds in it. So yeah, highly recommend blending and straining, starting with the prickly pear. You're going to go ahead and rinse your blender out and then pour the prickly pear juice back in. Then we're going to add about 1.5 cups of cranberries. And unless you have a cranberry tree, they're usually frozen. You can find them at most grocery stores. Organic, of course, is the best, but if you can't find organic, you just use what you have. You're going to go ahead and add about 1 cup of pomegranate. Fresh pomegranate, of course, is ideal, but frozen is just as good, just about as good, and sometimes better because, a lot of the time these plants are picked before ripeness and placed on the grocery shelves. But if you have a frozen plant, like frozen pomegranates, then it's picked at peak ripeness. So you get all that nutrition in there. So sometimes the frozen is better. In fact, if you're going to the grocery store, if you're buying at the farmer's market, the local farmer's market, then you're probably going to find it's better than the frozen. But okay, so then we're going to add in 1/2 cup of rhubarb, and I just previously cut it up and put it in the freezer. So I just pulled it out of the freezer and put 1/2 cup of chopped rhubarb in here. And about another 1/2 cup of water. This slushie is so good for you. The nutrition is amazing. Pomegranates, cranberries, and rhubarb have some amazing properties in them to soak up, any kind of debris in your digestive tract. So whether it's, bacteria or parasites or whatever, it's gonna absorb that stuff and take it out. And then you've also got the aspect that feeds a really good bacteria in your gut, which actually helps you to have a better quality of life. So, yeah, that I highly recommend. Highly recommend this slushie. highly recommend this slushie. Cannot say enough good things about it. It seems so simple, and the ingredients are so simple, but they're actually really amazing. And I only, probably recently discovered the strength of the nutrition in these fruits. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pour it in. You might need a wooden spoon. I needed one, but I just did without it. Made a little mess on the counter. You might need a wooden spoon to guide it in, unless it's thinner, in which case if it's thinner, it'll just pour right into the glass. I'm going to go ahead and clean this right up. So if you've made anything so far on my channel, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you about your experience. You can always share the picture on my social media. And if you love my recipes, go ahead and make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Okay, usually I like to garnish with a little bit of mint. And there you go, cranberry slushie. It's a wonderful thing to cool you off. We're getting to the end of the summer, but it's still quite hot. And we're still having some hot days, so enjoy this delicious cranberry slushie. And mahalo, thank you for joining us today. Aloha, friends.